Hey guys, it's Fancy, and you're watching the Good Wives Network. And I just did a live explaining two documents that I found today, but I wanted to do a short clip about each one. So the first one we're going to talk about is this one. Okay, so what we're looking at is a bill that Dee Dee got from Mercy Clinic Springfield Communities. It is dated 4/10 of 2012. So now this is after they have found the microdeletion. This is after Dee Dee didn't want to go to the doctors much anymore, and before all the power of attorneys that were needed in 2013 for the dental surgeries and whatnot. This is a bill, and if you look over right here, it's telling you what provider it was, right? So it is Robert Steele. That is her actual PCP, so primary care physician, from 2005 all the way up to 2015. And he admits in prison confessions that when he met her, it was 2005. She was 14 years old. He knew exactly how old she was, and within a month of her landing on his doorstep as a patient, he had her medical records from Louisiana, and he continued to lie to other doctors about these medical records and whether he did or did not have them. I think that's very interesting because many of them write to him saying that they're having a hard time, they can't seem to get them, mom says they're lost or whatever, or someone said they're lost, and they had them. So it's really interesting to me that these other doctors couldn't procure them, but certain ones could, which is here nor there. I guess that's another day. All right, but what we're looking at here is, if you look over here under the amount, so over there, there's a little code, A and B. Can you see the A and B right there? So the first one says Medicaid alert, refer to their provider's manual. Okay, and then the next one said Medicaid-CO- the PX is inconsistent with the PAT. And they're billing Dee Dee, telling her that she does not get these services because something is not matching, and this is an unpaid bill, and she needs to pay $160. So now what does that line actually mean? And so I went to the interwebs and did some little Googling, and here's what Google came up with. The message Medicaid CO, the PX is inconsistent with the PAT. That's what I asked it. What does this mean? Is a medical billing denial code indicating the submitted procedure code PX is inconsistent with the patient's information PAT. This can happen for several reasons, such as the procedure being inconsistent with the patient's age or gender, or the diagnosis being inconsistent with the procedure. To fix this, you need to correct the claim by aligning the procedure code with the correct patient data and resubmitting it. Now, I don't know if he did. I have to go back and look through my records after finding this note because it's in a different area than just the medical records in my files. But I find that very telling because to me, this is showing that the hospitals were well aware of the problem, and they caught them several times, once in 2009, now here in 2012 back at the Springfield, and then in 2013 they catch them again at the Mercy Kansas City. And lo and behold, who is always involved? Our two favorite doctors, Dr. Beckerman and Dr. Steele. So I'd sure love to know what Dr. Beckerman and Dr. Steele were really pulling, because in my mind, allegedly for entertainment and educational purposes only, I think that they were the ones who were benefiting much more than Dee Dee ever did. And I think they were the ones that were perpetuating things that they knew couldn't be tracked completely, such as lost machines and things that were being sold on what? Oh, Gypsy's eBay account. I don't trust these two doctors, and there's many reasons why, and this is one of those reasons. And I think that this is the hospital yet again catching them because somebody didn't put it in correctly that day, whatever it's supposed to be. Because this is why Medicaid does not have a case against Gypsy Rose, because there weren't a bunch of billings like this that were inconsistent with her age and her dates and things like that. If it was inconsistencies to them, it would be things that were being like over ordered or over prescribed. That's kind of more of the stuff that they would have been seeing, and that would have been on the doctor's end, not Gypsy or Dee Dee's end at all, unless they found out that Gypsy was selling them on eBay in cahoots with the doctors, and then of course that would be full-on fraud. And Dee Dee could have been doing it too. I'm not saying that Dee Dee's a saint by all means, but this document, though, I just found very interesting in knowing that it's Dr. Steele, who knew exactly how old she was, what date her birth date was, everything she'd been through. He had her medical records from Louisiana, and still he was quote unquote fooled by Dee Dee. No, he was not. Dr. Steele, if you were fooled by Dee Dee, then you're a fool and you don't need to be a doctor anymore. Have a good one from The Good Wife, serving up true crime, one dish at a time. Bye, guys. Mwah. I've got one more video coming after this one.